Hey, good Saturday to you. I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather Update for this Saturday, April 27th, 2013. Starting off this morning, we got some sunshine across eastern North Carolina. Hey, not too bad. I'm seeing some high-level thin clouds, some cirrus clouds moving through the extreme northeastern portion of the state and also down into the southern areas of eastern North Carolina, down towards Onslow County and also Pender County and back over towards the Highway 70 corridor. A lot of this cloudiness back off towards our south and southwest this morning will start to edge into our neck of the woods as we head into later this morning and into this afternoon. So we'll call it a mixture of sun and clouds this afternoon, but overall not a bad day across eastern North Carolina. Rain showers will hold off until later on to going into your Sunday as this mess back off to the west moves into our area, and it will have a lasting effect on us as we head into the first portion of your next upcoming work. All right, let's talk temperature output this morning, and starting off at 9 o'clock this morning at this Saturday, and temperatures mainly in the low 60s to start off, and I think this model is actually overbaking us just a little bit with the temperatures, but I think lower 70s will be a good bet for most of eastern North Carolina. This one is particularly a little warm. I think mid 70s may be a little overdone, especially with the fact that we'll have a little bit of cloud cover moving in this afternoon, but I wouldn't be surprised if a few areas touch the middle 70s this afternoon, but the whole widespread gamut of us seeing 75, 76, 77 degrees this afternoon just not looking as likely. But I think low mid 70s a good bet for us today, around 70 for along the coast, and some 50s up towards Nag's Head and also for Manio this afternoon. We'll transition into this evening. Temperatures will fall off fairly slowly this evening because of the fact that we'll have the cloud cover across the east. I think mid 50s, mid and upper 50s tonight across a good portion of the east. You see this one's painting mainly 57, 56, 55 degrees tonight as you wake up to go to church services tomorrow. You'll likely wake up tomorrow and see cloud cover. That's what you're going to be expecting for tomorrow for most of the day. And look at the temperatures. We rebound back into the 70s though for the majority of eastern North Carolina. A few areas trying to paint some 60s in here. Likely that's where the rainfall would likely be situated tomorrow afternoon. This is valid for noontime tomorrow afternoon. And likely would see a little bit of rain shower activity starting to edge into eastern North Carolina. So we'll keep a slight chance for a shower in tomorrow. But I think the better chance for rain will likely come in for the overnight hours of Sunday and into your Monday, especially as a cold front pushes a little closer to us. And you see, starting off your Monday, temperatures a little bit cooler, but we'll still be able to warm up into the low 70s through the afternoon hours. Here we are looking at the rain output for the 4-kilometer NAM model, and you can see that mixture of sun and clouds this afternoon, and I think we'll stay dry for today. That's the good news. This is valid for 8 o'clock this evening. See some showers back off to the west of us. Some of those will try to work their way in, but we're going to have a lot of dry air at the surface until probably later on tonight and going into tomorrow. I think a few showers try to come in here late tonight. But not anything of any consequence. You'll wake up tomorrow morning and most of it will be out of here. But a few showers come in through the afternoon hours of your Sunday, mainly afternoon time. And then here we go into the actual cold front going into your Monday. That's when we're going to see our better coverage for showers across the east. But not expecting any thunderstorms right now. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder back across the Piedmont for Monday afternoon. We're going to keep a close eye on it nonetheless, but not expecting any severe weather across the east as this first wave comes through. But it's going to stick around with us as we head into the next several days with this whole system that's going to just kind of lock itself just off the coast going into your first portion of your work week. So looking at the European chart, and this is the 0Z run of the European. And looking at this evening at about 8 o'clock, and you see that first wave, that little wave that's going to be moving towards us. You see a little ridge going on here. That's our ridge of high pressure that's over us now, but that's going to break down going into tomorrow. You see that first wave coming on through, the ridge kind of backing off towards the east, and that's going to take the high pressure along with it. And we're going to see the rain showers start to increase across eastern North Carolina. Little short waves continue to move in through the flow. A little height rise as we head into your Wednesday. That'll start to, I think, start to bring a little bit of clearer conditions for the later half of the week, but still thinking that we'll still see a chance for showers going into your Wednesday. It's going to be an unsettled week across the east. And really, the eastern third of the United States, we're going to have a very active weather pattern, but it's going to be unsettled, a very unsettled weather pattern across eastern North Carolina over the next couple of days as this whole upper air pattern starts to get ready to move into our area. But look off to the north and east of us, big blocking ridge uh, getting going here, and that's going to help slow down the overall flow of the atmosphere as it comes through as these systems come down out of Canada. Here's our next system. We're going to be wedged in between these two systems. We'll see these little waves come up the coast over the next couple of days around that ridge. Uh, and this next system looks very interesting. You'll see this is Wednesday evening. Uh, and Actually, I take that back. This would be Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock, and then we'll transition into Thursday evening. A low pressure system starts to get cut off here, and eventually does get cut off on Friday rather. And that's a very interesting look, and it looks like we'd have almost a stacked low here on top of the Central Plains over Oklahoma and North Texas, and also for Kansas. That's going to be an interesting little thing going on here. You see the 800 millibar, 850 millibar low pressure system in the area around Fayetteville, Arkansas, Joplin, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, but the upper level disturbance at 500 millibars is a little further to the south and west of that. So not a stacked low per se, and the surface low is up into firmly into Missouri at this point. So not stacked low. That's good news for them, because if that were to happen, we'd have some very interesting weather across the southern plains. But it does become a little bit more stacked up as we head into your Friday. That's going to be something that we watch closely, because these little bowling ball systems, upper level low, or a meteorologist is whoa. You see this little ridge on top of us, so that's going to warm us up just slightly, but I don't think we're going to see very much warmth over the next couple of days. I think we're still going to be we're going to be below average for the next several days with this whole mess of a pattern that we're going to be in, and going into next Monday, and still with this low pressure system over the Central Plains. So once again, upper level disturbances are very, very complex systems, and they tend to stick around for quite some time, and they can wreak havoc in a lot of different ways. I'll show you the GFS model here in just a second, because it does have a different solution. It's a little bit more progressive with this low pressure system as it goes through the Central Plains. But first, here's the European output looking at the rainfall forecast, and this is valid between this afternoon and early this evening. And no rain across eastern North Carolina. That's good news for us, but the rain showers do eventually march inward as we head into late tomorrow afternoon and into your evening hours of Sunday, and they really ramp up as we head into your Monday. So definitely a wet day across the east for Monday, so expect that. Take the rain jackets with you as you head out the door. Still going to be warm though. We're still going to have those temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s though, but it's going to be a rainy day, so expect that. This system kind of sticks around right off the coast and gives us spritz and sprinkles even into your Tuesday and Wednesday, so we can't rule out maybe a 10 or 20% chance for rain through the rest of the week. But here's that second system back off to the west. It's coming down the pipe, and look what happens there. We go into your late Thursday, and whole system kind of becomes more linear and then starts to wrap up again. And that takes the rain showers away from us on this model, but definitely a very interesting setup across the Central Plains all the way down into the Gulf Coast states. And doesn't have very much progression eastward, thanks to that blocking ridge off towards the north. This is next Tuesday, and still hasn't even made its way across the mountains. So a very, very interesting setup here with this particular model, but definitely coming to a starting to come to a better solution between the different models. And I wanted to show you guys the GFS output from the 0Z run, and it has a very similar situation with the spritz and sprinkles. Uh, Here's your Sunday morning, and most of the rain's still back off to the west, and eventually comes in here through the afternoon hours. But just light showers. Better rain chances come in here for Monday, I do believe, and that's going to be your best chance for seeing some showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder here and there. And the whole system is slow to move off the coast and eventually does amplify as we get these little waves coming off of that high pressure, the upper level high off towards the north and the east of us over Greenland. And those little waves will intensify the rainfall at times across the east. Here comes the next system, and this one doesn't actually cut it off as a upper level low. It's a little bit more progressive and moves it through here, and then eventually starts to cut it off as it goes into late next week. And we have a low pressure system basically on top of us and rotates around that low pressure, that upper level low, going into next week. So this is going to be a very interesting pattern, and see where this low cuts off. It could be on top of us, or it could be off to the west. Either way, it's definitely going to be a very unsettled weather pattern over the next several days and into next week. All right, that's the end of the ENC weather update for today. I'm in this afternoon at 6 as well as 7, 10 o'clock on the CW, and 11 o'clock right back on WNCT to give you your full weather forecast. You can also stay with us on WNCT.com and on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and God bless.